Welcome to Violin Adventures number 217. This week is full of carving and working on our new violin. Hope you enjoy. So this is Tuesday morning and it's almost noontime, but it's just very dark. Lots of thunder and lightning. I do love a good storm. And it's been rumbling all morning. This is just a few minutes later. No wonder why it was getting cold with that hail. Okay, it's time to trace our frame onto the top piece here, and I've got it all flattened. Okay, I just came in from outside thunder and lightning and hail. That's exciting. But now I'm working on getting this centered down the center seam. Okay, I'm going to do the final markings on this and then we will cut it out. All right, the fun can begin. We've got the top all cut out, and now we can carve. Hopefully this mountain is going to grow quite a bit with the light, fluffy spruce, and we'll work with our gouges first, and then we'll go into the carve. We've got a lot of fast, good shaving in, and I've got the basic shape for the top. And you can see our Appalachian Mountain is growing. We've got a little different shade here with the beautiful spruce curls. But at this point, it's lacking character, right? It's just kind of plain. There's no real shape to it. And in this area around here, we're going to make some flowing curves that will cause the top to stand out and have some beauty to it. Well, we got this all shaped, and then smoothed out with a scraper. And you can see here we've got a special mark here in the wood, but it looks like it'll be stable, so I'm going to leave it there. And the next task now is to turn this over and carve out the inside. So it's just been 1 hour and I'm almost done. I'm getting so close to finishing this top. And if you wonder how do I keep from going too far, well, this is where I usually turn the camera off and then I just keep tapping. This has got a great tone and I know I'm really close, but I can tell by tapping that it's just a little thick, probably in the middle. I keep my gauge ready here to make sure that I'm not going too low on anything. So we're just 1 to 2 millimeters too thick. So I'm just carefully measuring and tapping until I need to stop and not go any further. Mark it. Okay, and of course you know that I speed up the recording most of the time, so I'm not carving that fast. So here on the board we have from 3 to 5, and so I'm going to take down just the areas that are a little bit too thick, and then I'll go on to scraping it. That's sounding really good. We're getting really close. I've been taking this down. It's still not down all the way yet, but I wanted you to hear it because it gets louder and louder the closer we get. See how loud that is down here? This is the closest. Now up here it's just a... You can hear how it's not as loud right in here. and that's where it's a little bit too thick. So I just take my time and I slowly shave it down and keep measuring it and keep tapping it. Okay, my tone is free, so now I'm going to go ahead and scrape this. Here it is, the tone is really nice and ringing, vibrating. It's the same note all the way up and down. So I'm going to stop on this for now. We still have to get the sound holes in here, and that'll change it a little bit, and the bass bar. Yeah, I'm really happy with the top, so we're going to leave that there. Next thing I want to do is get the back onto the sides. Okay, are you ready? We're going to try to get this mold out and release the ribs so that we can attach them to the back. So I've been hammering and loosening, and let's see now if it can come out. If we need any help, we've got our nice, beautiful hammer. There it is, it came out. So the next thing to do, well, our Appalachian Mountain has been completed. This is as tall as it's going to get. So we need to make our final measurements to put down in the history books. So the height of this mountain is, if we stretch it, it's just about a foot tall. And the width of this mountain is about 2 feet wide. Well, I think that's pretty good for a violin Appalachian Mountain, but of course a cello mountain would be much, much bigger. a little anecdote. Okay, we've got a little excerpt here about Veracini and Handel, which is interesting. We're reading from Violins and Violinists by Franz Farga. And last week we covered Corelli. This week we'll do just a little bit here, a mention of Veracini and Handel. Veracini was called to Venice, where he played as a soloist in the orchestra of the Church of San Marco. In this capacity, he attracted the attention of the Crown Prince of Saxony, Frederick Augustus, who offered him the post of a chamber musician in Dresden. Veracini could have done worse than accept this offer. He was greatly honored in the Saxon capital. His fire, his imaginative bowing, his unfailing left hand, and the brilliant tone he produced on his instrument were very much admired. Yet it was a long time before his compositions were given due recognition as great works of musical art. They consist of 12 sonatas for violin and double bass. Some chroniclers relate how much he suffered because of the jealousy of the German members of his orchestra. This grew so bad that one day the violinist jumped out of the second-floor window of his house, injuring himself badly. Although the doctors succeeded in healing his broken leg, he remained a cripple for the rest of his life and could walk only with great difficulty. He had also suffered mentally, so that eventually he had to resign from his post. After a short sojourn with Count Kinsky in Prague, he returned to his native country where he regained his mental balance. In 1736, he went to London as conductor of the Haymarket Theatre Orchestra. The management of this theatre had been given to Handel. But this great musician had many enemies, and they invited the celebrated Johann Adolf Hasse to London in order to get Handel out of the way. The celebrated singer Faustino, Hasse's wife, came with her husband. Hasse was successful with his Italian-style operas, but did not like the part of rival to his great compatriot, which he was forced to play, and decided to leave London again. So he was a good man. In the meantime, Handel had begun to write his oratorios. When after Hasse's departure, the Haymarket Theatre was no longer being used, he rented it for the performance of his new compositions. During the brilliant season of 1744-45, Veracini conducted the orchestra. He had trained it himself, and the result was a great success, both for Handel and himself. Handel, however, was unable to escape the greed of his creditors and was forced into bankruptcy. Veracini, who suffered financially from this misfortune, left England a disappointed man. During the crossing, he was shipwrecked and lost all his belongings, among them 2 Steiner violins, which were then held to be the best violins in the world. There's nothing known about the rest of Veracini's life except that he died in Pisa in 1750 in great poverty. Freddie wants to chat.
Hi, I'm Freddie, and it is really cold outside, so I got my nice scarf on that Eliana made me. Thank you, Eliana. And now, I got some video here from Scarborough, North Yorkshire, and we're driving off to see the ocean. I hope you like it. Wow, that was fun. And now, don't forget to send me the projects that you're working on. See you next time. Bye.
The Hebrew Minute. Zeh hayom asa Hashem. Nagila vanismecha bo. This is the day that the Lord, or Hashem, hath made or created. We will rejoice and we will be glad in it. The root here is simcha, which reminds us of the feast days, exalting the Lord in it. If you know where this is found, please leave it in the comments below. Well, here we are Friday, and it is very cold. I think we may get a lot of snow this weekend, but we'll see. I also want to check the creek. It looks like it was rising a bit. Oh my, you look at this. I noticed that the water was up, and here the beavers are back. Look at that. That went up pretty quickly. We're back in the shop where it's nice and warm. Let's see what's been getting done. Here's a pile of tools because we were working on carving out the inside peg box of the scroll. This is the progress we've made. We're getting the shape carved out, and there's the peg box roughed out. And here's our violin top, which you saw we got finished, and the inside is carved out, and we've got the sides gluing onto the back. So next week we'll be looking at sound holes and a bass bar. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your wonderful comments and your thumbs up. Thank you to the new subscribers, and until next time, bye.